Alright guys, so the brand new Transforming Super Boo is here. Now, I've used this unit a good amount now. I've tested him out in Super Battle Road. I've tested him out in various places. I would say, my opinions on this guy are mixed. Just in this Super Boo form, he's a solid unit. Like, he's good, but, you know, just attack and defense 80% is nothing crazy. Now, once he transforms, all three of his transformations are incredibly good, because they all heal, they all hit hard. You know, Boo Piccolo is a nice support unit. Those three units are immensely powerful, no doubt about it. But it does take 5 turns to get there. But, you know, there's some negatives with the Boo there, but his category, the Enhanced Transformation category, is exactly what me and many people have been asking for, because we have a fantastic category. You know, just, about 2.5 months ago, many cells in the game didn't really have categories, you know, like the perfect form cells. Like, a lot of the Friezas did not really have a good category. Many of the Boos didn't have a solid category, only on the Majin Buu arc team, where they don't really link very well with physical Super Vegito. But now, we have this Enhanced Transformation category, which essentially is like a Big Bad Bosses category. My boy Kabuki did mention that's kind of what this is like, because look at the Super type units that are here. You know, we have Fat Buu, you know, like the very end of Dragon Ball Z, like early Dragon Ball Super type Fat Buu. We have Ribrianne here. We have the good version of Android 21, the Int one. There's the same Buu. We got Skinny Buu, Ribrianne, UI Goku, Blue Evolution Vegeta, and then I don't think this Goku should merit a spot on this category. I think this is more so just a, like, you know, oh, he's a brand new Dokkan Fest unit, let's give him some love, so we'll toss him on the category. But, you know, no other blue Gokus are on this category, or Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, or God, so I don't really think he should be on there. Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku, that makes a ton of sense, you know, Mastered UI and actual Evolution Blue, you know, they are, you know, worthy of a spot on this category. But outside of them, many villains, for the first time, have a good spot on a category. Look at Super Baby 2, who I am going to rainbow and do a video on this Enhanced Transformation category. He's not a bad unit. Attack 100% when HP is 30% or above. You guys will know it's very easy to maintain 30% HP. That's not a difficult restriction whatsoever. His links aren't the greatest, but they're not bad either. I think he's just missing shocking speed. Like, if you would get rid of Metamorphosis, well, I mean, actually, that works very well for this category. I guess Thirst for Conquest is the one, but even that's pretty good for, like, cooler units. I would say Hatred of Saiyans, like, F that link, but, like, they're, you know, intent on giving all baby units this Hatred of Saiyan links. Like, it's stupid. Like, unless they need to release, like, 3 or 4 very powerful baby units if they're really going to keep this Hatred of Saiyans link going. I would like to see a Dragon Ball GT Celebration come soon. Maybe, like, again, give us, like, 5 or 6, like, you know, a really strong free-to-play baby card, a Dokkan Fest baby, an LR baby. They could easily do that. That would be very cool. But this guy, you know, before it was just giant category. Now he's on the enhanced category. So that, you know, we're actually able to use him on a proper category team. Now, he's still not as good as, you know, some newer units, but, you know, this guy's very old, so many players have him. That's the thing that's going to be good about some categories, like, I would say the Android category, the Pure Saiyan category, even this Enhanced Transformation category. It has a lot of old units that people have. Like, you know, everyone has this Fat Buu right here, or has at least pulled him before. He's so damn old. Now, like, you know, he gets his Dokkan Awakening. He's very good. This Fat Buu is amazing on this team. You know, with his orb changing, his attack and defense, his pretty good links with all the different Majin Buu characters. So, I would say this would be a good category for free-to-play players. And then, of course, like, all the Friezas are on here, all the cells are on here. Like, you have all, you know, cooler. You have a very good roster of units. So, you could build quite a strong team. Now, over here, we can also kind of take a look at the category on DBZ space. I kind of like looking at both of these. Like, you know, this way, is sorted a little bit better, actually, like, by typing, if they're extreme or super and stuff. But, this just the dump of every single card that is actually in the category. I do like looking at these occasionally, too. Now, I think the team is going to be pretty easy to build if you have the top tier units on it, right? Like, let's say you've got LR Cell, you're good to go. You could toss LR Cell on a rotation, and then you could link up, any number of cells along with him. Tech Cell would work. I think the Int GT Perfect Cell would probably work. SCR Cell would work. If you're a Mega Ultimate Crazy Whale, the TUR version of LR Cell would work. If you did good in that recent World Tournament, this Tech Cell would do very good. If you're a free-to-play player or you just really like this GT free-to-play Perfect Cell, he would work very good. So you get Perfect Cell, and you've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cell units that could work in tandem with him, I think, quite well. In particular, I think this GT Perfect Cell right here will be a phenomenal unit for this team. I do think it's probably better to kind of build the team around the villains. As you guys saw, there's very, very few hero-type units actually on the category. If you are insistent on using them, I think Evo Blue Vegeta and then UI Goku, they themselves, you make them a rotation. If you have them on a rotation together, they link up very well. It is a shame that, unfortunately, in terms of attack links for them, they do fall a bit short because Blue Vegeta does not have godly power, which, like, I feel like they easily, like, if they had just swapped out prodigies for godly power, that would help out a lot. Because, UI Goku does not have Super Saiyan. He has, like, godly power instead. And then, Blue Vegeta, he doesn't have godly power. He has Super Saiyan. So there they don't mesh up the best, but they do have Prepare for Battle. They do have Tournament of Power, and they do have Fierce Battle. So they will work pretty well alongside each other. Of course, it's a very good and strong offensive and defensive rotation. Both of these units are strong offensively and defensively, so that will work. And like, this works as a rotation on any of these categories they could be on. The Realm of Gods team, Universal Survival Arc team, Pure Saiyan team, Representatives Universe 7 team, Enhanced Transformation team. Like, they work perfectly in all of those categories. That is one thing I've noticed too, by the way. That they've sort of given preferential treatment to the Dokkan Fest exclusives in terms of these categories. Because now, that what seems to me to be the big advantage of being a Dokkan Fest exclusive, it's not like they're miles better than all the other cards in the game like they used to be. Like, it used to be, you couldn't really compare a Dokkan Fest exclusive to like a general pool SSR. Now I feel like they're a little closer, but one of the big differences is all the Dokkan Fest exclusives seem to have just a ton of categories they're on, whereas a lot of the general pool SSRs, they don't seem to be on as many categories. So one reason I think this GT Perfect Cell works so good is because you are going to have pretty much a full villain team. It's going to be the best way it's going to work, outside of, again, that rotation of UI Goku and Blue Vegeta. Now, this cell, 2 key to Extreme Allies, 25% attack and defense, and 7% HP regeneration at the start of turn, and he seals. Like, this is a free-to-play unit. He is a beast. I will be rainbowing this cell as well and showing him off on the category because I think he can just be that damn good. Moving on, this tech cell, same thing. I actually think the GT cell, the free-to-play one, is a little better. Well, technically, this is a free-to-play unit as well, but this was a World Tournament reward card. I do like the GT cell better, though, from the ceiling and the HP regeneration, even though this cell does give a bit more to stats. The super type enemy defense minus 50% is worthless. It's not of any importance. TUR cell, again, is very good, but, I mean, you guys could have figured that. Like, not a lot of people are going to have, like, LR cell plus TUR cell, and I strongly, strongly recommend to rainbow your LR cell before you would keep a copy of the TUR. There's no point, because honestly, even a rainbow TUR cell, this guy, I don't think he's going to be as good as Tech Cell. I think Tech Cell Rainbow would beat out this card right here, Rainbowed. Tech Cell, is probably the best, like one of the best units on the category. I still think he's probably the best Extreme Z-Waken unit at this time. It helps that he's now on several categories where he's very, very good. Revived Warrior, Android, and Enhanced Transformation. He's monstrous on all three of those teams. I think he's one of the better units you can run on this team. And again, another healing unit. Like, you can have a full healing team on this Enhanced Transformation category. They've made a lot of the villains recently very interesting. Now, we also have this GT Cell. Now, he's not going to, I don't think, he's probably going to link the worst of all these different cells I have put out here, but he is still, like, a decent unit, right? Like, if that's all you've got, you could go with him, but I would kind of recommend going for the physical GT support cell instead of the int hard hitter. This SCR cell, again, has been around for so long. If you've got him, you can definitely make good use of him. I'm sure a lot of people might have this guy rainbowed or, several dupes in him. Whereas Tech Cell hasn't been on a whole lot of banners, especially on global. Like, outside of the 250 million download ticket banner, what other banners has Tech Cell been on in the last year? Like, he's not been on, well, wait, he is on the Android 17 and 21 banner right now, isn't he? Okay, well, outside of that banner, right? No, yeah, he's on that banner, but outside of that. All right. So the other thing I want to talk about too is this boot, right? So the first 4 turns, this is what you're working with, and he's got Fear and Faith. Now, even after he transforms, every transformation he has retains Fear and Faith. So it is good to bring Fear and Faith units on this team. Let's look at some of them. One of the best units, definitely, is the Tech Frieza. I mean, this Frieza, again, this goes what I was saying earlier in the video, where, like, they are sucking off Dokkan Fest units nowadays. This Frieza, I think, is still, he's definitely up in the discussion for, like, best TUR in the game. Now, another team he's amazing on, Enhanced Transformation, he's going to be healing like crazy. You combine that with all the other units on this team that can heal, it's going to work really well. Oh, I don't know, how's about a unit like Android 21, who works really well on here, because she is another Fear and Faith unit. She's got Big Bad Bosses, she has Fierce Battle, she's healing. Like, you can build just a very strong healing sort of version of this team. I might do a video on that, like the healing Enhanced Transformation team, like, just to show how powerful that can be. Because, again, even when this Boo transforms, all of his transformations have healing as well. Let's look at some more Fear and Faith units that are on this category. Android 13 units are not on here, right? I feel like they probably should. This guy should probably be on the category. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not like this Int 1 or the Tech 1 are even really that good. But I do think eventually we will see a Dokkan Fest exclusive or LR for Android 13. So, I mean, that future card could be very good there. Now, one of the big ones I do have to talk about here, I mentioned this a few times, but SCR Rose. He does fit on this category because Boo's leader skill, Enhanced Transformation 150% 3-key, or Extreme STR 3-key and 90%. Boom. Rose is perfect because he gives 3-key to Extreme type allies, 50% defense. He lowers Super type enemies' attack and defense minus 20% too. Here's the thing. It seems like lately they have been pulling back on making every boss immune to everything. Like Mobile Man did kind of point this out in his hardest hitters list, but many of the newer bosses, you can lower their attack. So that makes these abilities become very prominent and very powerful again. Rose is going to be able to hit hard even though he's under a double 90%. And then, of course, the 3-key he's giving is just heavenly, immense, very good. And, of course, he has a really good link set. And, oh, guess what? He has Fear and Faith, too. So Rose, I would say, is like, he's one of the best ever options for, like, the secondary part of a category unit's leader skill. Rose on this team, like, he is going to be very good. He probably, I don't know that he would be optimal on this team, because, again, just to remind everyone, optimal, means, like, what team can output the most damage, like, what team build will output the most damage. I doubt Rose would be on the optimal team. The optimal team would definitely probably be a rotation of Tech Cell and LR Cell. And then the second rotation would probably be centered. I feel like it could be, it might be Evo Blue Vegeta and UI Goku, but Tech Frieza and Cooler, Physical Cooler, is also a very powerful rotation. Does Physical Cooler have Fear and Faith? He doesn't, right? He doesn't, no. But he does have Shocking Speed. Shocking Speed is another link that will work, I think, with a lot of the units that are going to be on this actual category. Of course, this Frieza, we did go over him. Who else is in here? Janemba. Omega's not in the category. I feel like Omega... I feel like they probably could have put Omega in there when he gets all 7 Dragon Balls. So, not Sin Shenron, but Omega Shenron probably could have been in there. But it's not a big deal. He is pretty good in the full power category. Janemba, again, another very strong unit for this team. Very defensive option. Both Janembas, by the way. Int Janemba's not bad. I did just recently rainbow him. I've been using him a little bit. He's obviously not as good as STR Janemba, but he's still a decent unit. He can put in some good defense for you, and he can hit mildly hard. But here's the thing. Int Janemba still has one of the, 5 best fucking link sets in the game. With Fear and Faith, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, again, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, absolutely incredible. Metamorphosis, by the way, is a fantastic link for this team. You could build, again, for the full healing team, you get the Tech Freeze on there, Super Baby 2, you've got Janemba, Buhan. I actually think Buhan could be sort of useful here, but, you'd have to build the team in the right way. You can do a full Boo team, and I do think it would work pretty well. You would want to try and get the Boo Piccolo out, but, it's just not going to happen. You have to be under 49% HP to get Boo Piccolo to happen. You're never going to see that, especially on this team. Villains are just too defensive. Many top-tier villain units are just very strong defensive units. Look at it. Cooler. Janemba. Android 21 is a solid defensive unit. Angel Golden Freeze is a good defensive unit. Tech Cell. This Tech Frieza. These units are all strong defensively, so you're not going to take that much damage. And, that's the thing, too. So many of these other units are going to be good here. AGL Golden Frieza will be a monster tank. Tech Golden Frieza will be able to tank well and deal decent damage. He's good here. Even Tech Cooler can do good damage. Int Kid Buu will be strong. Obviously, Angel Golden Frieza can hit amazingly hard. How good is Physical Kid Buu going to be on this category once he gets his EZA? I think he could be absolutely disgusting. And then you look at other things Full Power Frieza's on this category. STR Final Form Frieza. You can kind of just toss a lot of these units on here, and that shit is going to work. I just think it's about building the right rotations, right? Getting units that link together, and then maybe just running the Boos as floaters, because honestly, he's not really... I don't know that he's strong enough pre-transformation to really merit a rotation spot, and that's why I think it could be good, to have LR Cell plus the GT Physical Cell as a rotation, which would help this Boo out in the floater spot, would help out LR Cell, it would also give you healing. There are many different ways to make this team work, and I think it is, honestly, one of the better free-to-play categories out there. This, the Pure Saiyan team are both incredibly good for free-to-play players, because chances are you're going to have a lot of these units. So, man, I don't like his banner. I don't really like Boo so much himself, but his category and his team is fantastic. So I'll probably go ahead and wrap it up here. Here's the Boo. Here's his enhanced transformation team. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.